and I'm actually gonna do another single champion spectate. So I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. Um, so um, it'll be on Gnarkil again this whole time, and we'll see. He did a pike game a bit ago, and that worked out pretty well. And we'll see this Nautilus. I know he plays a lot of Nautilus. I think he has the T-shirt and everything. So we'll see. I don't think he's played it in a while though. As far as Nautilus as a champion goes, I don't know very specifically too much about him, but it looks like he's got Relic Shield to start, which I think is the correct choice, and then Aftershock, which I also think is the correct choice. And there's really no reason to start anything except for your hook on Nautilus, even if you don't go in. Like, maybe like start your shield if you are suddenly going to be taking a ton of damage. Like if you don't start an ability at all into lane phase and you're waiting to see what is going to happen, there's a chance that if you're just suddenly going to take a bunch of damage to maybe start with your shield and use it right away. But I think that's incredibly rare, and it would only be applicable if you just didn't learn an ability when you got to lane and you waited until you needed something. Otherwise, I think it's always start your Q. What I'm actually going to really look for this game is your use of your hooks. Something that I've seen in other games is you'll tend to hook when your AD carry isn't really ready to do anything. And it just kind of puts you in a position to take damage, and it doesn't really do anything for you guys. So I'm gonna look at that, and I'll be maybe kind of strict about that this game and see if we can get a little better with that. I also, well, no, I'm not gonna be nitpicky about that. I would have started. There you go, perfect. That was really good trade. Yeah, and peeling backwards for that. Yasuo was absolutely the correct decision. Yeah, that could not have gone better. What I was gonna say is that I would have gone shield second, but in this case, the what's it called? Riptide helped out a ton in that fight. So I was wrong slash not correct for this situation. So now that Yasuo is level 3, it's going to be a lot harder to get damage onto him. What you should kind of be doing to maximize the damage out of your hooks here is hooking him when you're at a weird angle so that he like either has to block your hook with his wall or the Kai'Sa's damage with his wall. If that makes sense. So like kind of like you guys are on opposite sides of him, or just continue to focus your engages on the Senna. And then as soon as the Senna takes some damage and starts running away, turn and peel back towards the Yasuo like you did that first time. Because as soon as you hook the Senna, the Yasuo is going to attack your AD carry, of course. So, so you'll like hook the Senna, and then stun her real quick. If she takes some damage, great. If not, whatever. The Yasuo will be past you towards your AD carry, and then you can stun him with an auto and kind of get on him. So that's a good word. That'll help your jungler a lot, but I don't know if it was worth the damage there. I think these pings that are coming out are trying to let people know that an Evelyn exists, but no one's really low, so it's just kind of distracting. So Evelyn was just kind of seen going towards top, but I'm sure she saw, yeah, I'm sure she saw you guys doing that with the scuttle vision, but there wasn't really anything to worry about. Yeah, this is good. I like that going up and just protecting the Olaf, even though Evelyn probably wasn't going to do anything. Um, I like that because you guys can't get anything done bot, and you recognize that like being pushed up in the tower isn't going to get anything done. So yeah, go up, help the dragon, and then just go back, and hopefully they've pushed that lane a little bit towards you guys by the time you get back. Let's see what this buy is. Boots, yeah, yeah, that's good. I would have gotten a potion or two also. I noticed actually that you don't really buy potions, and you had the money. Yeah, I would start getting a little bit more potions. Um, every now and then, like especially up until you're level 7 or so. Get a potion every, like at least a potion every back, sometimes 2 or more. So that attempt wasn't really gonna get anything done. With the wave that size, even if you got a good engage on them, you guys would lose that fight with how big that wave was. So going up and around there, um, of course, didn't really hurt you, but it, I guess, I would say put you in a position to potentially get ganked um, or uh, or lose a fight in some way. So or take some damage. So I wouldn't have kind of gone for that. There you go. Cool. I like that how you didn't engage just with a hook right away. Ooh, oh no. Yeah, damn. That was a good engage too. I just since I was spectating you only, I didn't even really look to see who else was on their team. So I didn't even see that Shen was up. That's unfortunate. In a perfect world, we would have known that Shen was um, level 6 and able to help out like that. But I'm in the same boat as you. I didn't even really think about it. I notice you're leveling your shield first. I don't know too much about that, but looks like it's scaling really well. Yeah. What I was gonna say is if you level Q, if it scales really well with damage, you can get a pretty good Q engage and just hurt them really bad with it. But it looks like leveling the shield not only gives you more defense, but it actually increases the damage too of your auto. So that's probably the right choice. I don't really know how well the Q damage scales. The other benefit, of course, to leveling up Q first is that you'll have hooks more frequently, but probably not completely necessary. At this point, they're definitely ahead. Like, not really that much money ahead, but just kind of their team and how it works. They'll win at really any fight that you guys take. So, um, probably don't want to see you engage too much in lane phase unless your jungler's down here at this point. Actually, I wonder how far ahead money-wise he is. Yeah, not really that much, like 500. See, that one's good. Ooh, I wouldn't have gone in for that other auto though. So that was a good hook because you guys were so close to your tower that them being ahead, like they're not going to really commit that hard to that. So that was a good hook and a good trade. But I wouldn't have gone for the auto on the Yasuo. I would have just left it at the hook on Senna and then backed up. So Evelyn just went back into her jungle, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's not down here waiting for you guys. Sometimes they'll kind of do that thing where they back off of an objective after taking it, and then they'll look at their mini map and be like, "Oh, maybe I should go somewhere else and go bot or mid or whatever." So Olaf's down here. Olaf's down here at a time. Oh, he's got a ward to clear. Okay. As I say, he came at a time that's not really great for you because what happens is, well, they're back anyway, but what happens in a situation like that is they'll back off of pushing a wave to under your tower, and the last 2-3 minutes you guys have been under the tower just waiting for the next wave to come in every time, and if they see you guys suddenly leave your tower and start like trying to find or push up the lane or something like that, they're gonna know that something's up. So he doesn't really want to come down unless like you guys are still under the tower and there's a wave under the tower that you guys are clearing, because then it looks like you guys are just clearing the wave, and he can wrap around and get a kill. But of course it's all moot. There was a ward, and they were back anyways. But the time that he showed wasn't really the best time. It just, oh, there you go. Okay, now back off. Yeah. That was a really good hook. Again, not really anything that could have come from it, just based on the state of the minions, but that was a really good hook. I would go for this one, to be honest. Yeah, perfect. Yep. So with the minions the way that they are, oh no. So unfortunate again. Nice. Okay. Well, she got out. That's good. You did a good job getting her out. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would have absolutely done that same thing. I think that was the right call going in, because that was a win on that fight with Senna and Yasuo for sure. Just kind of with the way that Senna was positioning and where your minions are at. Those are the fights you just kind of have to take. Like, you guys are kind of behind, but if you don't try to take that fight, you'll just get more behind. Because that was an opportunity to beat them even though they're beating you in lane based on positioning.
Killing spree. Shut down. Shut down.
It'd be great if this fight works out for you guys. What's this? Olaf at 3. So it looks like it was a win of a fight. I honestly would have just had, well, no, that's the right call. I was gonna say, I think maybe the Kaisa should have stayed bot. Because, I mean, there was no way you guys were gonna get to that fight in time. But just the fact that the rest of their team was mid, it's a good idea for her to go mid and hold that, so. So I would have ulted the Senna kind of earlier in that fight in a way that made it so it knocked up the Shen too. I think that would have helped out your team do a little bit more damage, and you guys might have been able to get the kill on Senna. Because it would have peeled a little bit, the Shen would have peeled him off a little bit. And it would have hurt the Senna a little bit more, so I would have ulted there. Dang. Wow. Yeah, like, that was the right call. Like, everything you did was the right call. They are just playing this super well. That was a really, really, really well executed dive by them. I don't think there was any outplaying that. I'm surprised they didn't all push and get that other tower mid together. I guess they wanted 4 people to take or 3, I guess, to take the Rift Herald. Or maybe they're just, there you go. Yeah, that was an interesting choice for them. I think they should have pushed mid as 4,
Shut down.
while Evelyn started the Rift Herald and then peeled back towards the Rift Herald if they needed to.
Shut down.
Ooh, maybe another Fed Diana this game. That'd be fun.
Turret has been destroyed.
This Yasuo is scaring me a little bit. Or, not Yasuo, Tryndamere.
Shut down.
Damn. Well, this is just turning right now. So yeah, definitely right call. Go mid, help them out. Yeah, see you being there. I'm gonna be really mad if this Evelyn lives, but you being there would have been the reason that Evelyn died if she died, but they all just decided to show up. Tang, you have no assists. This is one of those games that feels really bad, but you've been getting good hooks. You've been helping out your AD carry a ton. I think she would have died several more times if you didn't do what you did. So since it's exactly 20 minutes up and Baron just spawned, it's not, well, I say this and then I'm gonna eat my words in one game, but it's not super important to run directly over to the Baron to ward it. Like, you guys know where they are, and the chances of someone doing Baron right at 20 minutes is really low, so. But that does want to be kind of in your mind. Hopefully this Diana can turn this. There we go. Cool. So that kind of engage, like, it looked like it was in your favor at the beginning, but something in a game like this, you've got to, nice. You've got to add 2 extra people onto how many people you see at any given time. So if you walk into a lane and there's a Senna and a Yasuo there, you've got to also assume that a Shen and an Evelynn are there too. So when you're going into these engages, if he gets away, no, he's not getting away. If he just walked straight, he would have gotten away, but he decided to be an idiot and do that little bush thing. Um, but yeah, so you've got to add 2 people onto every fight. So if you're going to engage, assume that there's 4 people instead of 2 people, or there's 3 people instead of 1 person with all these engages. There you go. Yep. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to help him, so. Well, I don't know why you guys are trying to surrender. I don't think it's over yet. You've got a Diana, Trindamere, and Olaf that can all either split or win a team fight for you guys, so. Oof. That was so close. So this is gonna be a 5v3, you guys gotta just run. Yeah. They have so much CC, but honestly, as soon as you guys saw those people coming in, you should have all just backed up really quickly. I think it's probably the Kaisa that's like kind of giving up at this point. If I had to guess. She's doing the right thing by not defending that tower and inhibitor, of course, but it seems like she's not having a good time. Again, messaging me as soon as the game is over, giving me the spoilers. So I'm guessing that within the next 3 minutes, they take this Baron and then win a fight and win the game. Unfortunately, I do still think this is a winnable game. But the Tryndamere, like splitting 100% of the time, I know Tryndamere is like that's what he does, but there's some point in the game where he's got to join you guys to defend um, instead of just splitting. So what's probably going to happen, he's going to run up top lane to split again, and you guys are going to get pushed on with 5 and lose a fight, and he's not going to defend with you guys. That's my guess. We'll see what happens. Or maybe Olaf will just get picked and you guys will lose off that. Okay, so Trinamir's running. No? I thought he was going to go top. So now that the Olaf got picked, the Tryndamere is probably going to stay down there with you guys. spoke too soon. So there's really no defense. There's no reason for him to be there. Yeah, there's no reason for that Trinomir to be there. Like, there's absolutely no way to steal that, and there's no way to kill them. Um, or defend it in any way. So there was no reason for that Trinomir to be there. But that doesn't mean that I was right, where he got caught and died, and you guys had to fight an outnumbered fight and lose. So that's unfortunate that I was right, but it was pretty easy to tell what was going to happen. Yeah. Well, that sucks. Some pretty good lane play. Um, items were fine. Uh, decision was good. There wasn't really any times where I was like, it was glaring, where it was like, oh, this is something you should be doing that you're not in that game. I think more often than not, you were doing the right thing and being in the right places. It just didn't really work out. I think their team comp was really good, and they executed that one dive mid like so well. Um, so it kind of felt like they were just on a roll, all of them. So I don't know if there was a lot else you could do to win that one.